Today we're going to be doing another VOD review. It's going to be fun. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are kicking it off with a VOD review. If you haven't hit that follow button on to do so. If you're watching this back later from YouTube, be sure to click that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you can stay up to date on my upload. If you would like a VOD review of your own gameplay, all of the Discord link is either available here on Twitch or again from YouTube. You can find it in the description. Just follow the format here and get into it. Today we have a Silver 5 Ana playing on Colosseo. Their description was, "It was a close game. I am trying to do better at Ana. I struggled with my sleeps. I hit my hip fires pretty consistently." We'll see what this one entails, because there are only are times that ideally you should be playing back and be staying scoped in a lot. Anyways, without further ado, get this VOD code going and see what we got to work with. Guy said he's Silver 5. Y'all know and love Papa Kyle. Shots in, I respect it. Okay. Go. Okay. Guys are playing. Oh wait, this was all of us. Lol. I'm on Winston here. He uploaded our game. Activity is either a little slow or you were just a little slow to react there, but that's kind of a preference thing if your sense is out. Alright. Looks like your Winston's pretty far in. He's at decent health. Hitting your shots pretty well. Your aim's not Silver 5-ish. That was a really good anti. Dropped it right where you needed to. Go, keeping Mercy alive. Honestly, I like it so far. Good sleep, not letting the Pharah escape. Just hit her once and she's dead. Go. Honestly, solid job so far. Your Bastion did die, but I don't think there was much you can do with that. Your Bastion ended up getting res. So. I like your positioning. I like that you're hanging back, not pushed up too hard, because the worst thing you can do is Ana, get yourself caught up in the middle of the brawl. There's times you'll have to push up, and your Winston is balls deep. Didn't get anyone with that nade, but that's alright. Good heals on your tank. I don't hate that fleet because I don't really have anyone diving you, but I probably would have saved it, yeah, for like this Doomfist, so you didn't have to try to hope he doesn't. Oh no. Yep. Not that you could have slept him before he punched you after the ult there, but don't throw your sleep darts out so willy-nilly. Try to keep them, especially if they have someone like a Doomfist or anything that's gonna want to dive on you. Looks like one of them also swapped to Tracer. And depending on how their Moira decides to play, if they go full TikTok Moira in your backline, you'll definitely want that sleep dart. A bad little nade. You definitely, okay, good nade actually. I'll give you that one. I'm not too sure if you had that lineup memorized or if you just beated it over. It looks like your Bastion was a little out of position. It happened. You can't do anything. Your Mercy got a huge res off. Oh, you missed that sleep dart. Uh-oh. Alright, good heals, good heals. Save your Hanzo. Alright, good job. Save your Bastion. Honestly, I wouldn't have hated you nanoing your Bastion there just to keep them alive because they had so much pressure on them. He blinked right away. Tracers are a little tricky to hit with your sleep dart. Obviously, you have to track them through it because there's the wind up, but I like the attempt to sweep the Tracer. You just, some of those you'll hit, some of them you won't. She can always blink out at the last second and dodge it. Sometimes she will blink out and it somehow still lands. Looks like your Winston's a little low, but that Mercy's kind of staying tethered to it. That helps. Here's where I would be looking for a nade. A big nade right into it. Take yourself a little more time. Try to get a shot on the Tracer if you can. Make her use some cooldowns, and she's a little easier to sleep. Okay, huge nade. What did you nano? Oh, I see you tried to nano the Winston, but the Bastion intercepted. That happens. The one thing you can do in that situation is there is a setting for Ana to confirm nano target, where you can actually require yourself to hit the nano twice to make sure you're actually nanoing who you want to nano. If you're playing a little far up, I'd probably fall back. I mean, there's a long, skinny hallway that you can pretty much heal your team in the whole way down. There you go. Hold right here. Let your team go forward. Good grenade. Looks like you hit your Winston with it. Alright, you hear that Tracer. Rush it a little. Okay. I think the biggest thing I can say is that you are rushing those sleep darts. Back it up just a little and back to spectating you. If you would take just a second longer, I think you would probably be hitting those sleep darts because you do have more time than you thought. I like that you were trying to sleep her around the corner, but honestly, just let her get out. Tap her once even with your shot. Anything to force a cooldown out. Tracer without cooldowns is basically... It happens anyways. You have sleep dart back. Oh, okay, she recalled out of that one. You would have hit that one had she not recalled. But you forced her recall earlier before trying to sleep her. A, if you hit the first sleep dart, that wouldn't be a problem, but B, she might not have had recall. There. Alright, good nade to stay alive. Kind of slept the wall there. It happens. I get it. Right, let's see what you do from here. Good job forcing the mortar out. If you would have hit that second shot, you could have cleaned her. But she's off of your team. Alright, good nade on the Doomfist. Rushing your sleep darts a little. I think that's one thing that you need to do. Good reaction to your Bastion that just got pulse bombed to keep them alive. That's one thing that you're gonna have to do is just take a touch more time to really make sure you're gonna hit that sleep dart. You are rushing them. Getting a little aggressive with the Doomfist. If they're halfway competent, they will absolutely decimate. Alright, good kill on the Doomfist. Your Bastion, they were a little out of position, so nothing you could do. Alright, that one probably would have landed also, but she recalled out of it. I'm gonna call that unlucky. You have rushed some of them, but that Tracer's hit a couple perfectly timed recalls. Alright. Good nade to try to stay alive, but unfortunately, you played a little high up. You didn't have to move right up to your Winston. If you would have played back in the back where you have full LOS of your team, you probably could have still healed the Winston while not being right there in the line of fire for your for that Moira. Looks like your Winston is solo primaling the enemy team, and somehow he is still alive, and it looks like he's fleeing. I guess he just used primal to stay alive, but whatever. I don't hate that play. Oh no! Alright. I know you know what happened. That was honestly more of a timing thing, but your Winston, he got antied. So when someone's antied, I'm sure you may know this, but Nano does not apply the 300 healing. You probably should have held Nano there. Again, there wasn't that much you kind of rushed that sleep dart. It happens. I know there was a little bit of panic going on because everything started to fall apart and this thing's feasting on your team back. I would be healing up your Hanzo and yeah, kiting back just like this. Your Hanzo is frontlining for whatever reason and got himself killed, but you know what happens. We can't control our stinky DPS players. A little willy-nilly with the sleep dart again. Honestly, I think that's your biggest takeaway from this. Yeah, I don't know if you meant to kill her, but we'll take it. I think your biggest takeaway from this is sleep with more intent. You've had a couple that you just chunked out. And then also, take more time on your sleep dart. There you go. Good job killing the enemy Ana. That's huge. Your tank has no support now. He's an easy pick. And just like that, got taken out. Huge play cleaning up their Ana. And again, I don't hate the sleep dart, the prediction sleep dart, but might have been better to keep it. One thing you could probably do a little more, and it doesn't require too much practice. Practice your sky nades a little, because you can get one easily up on the bridge where your Winston was. Rushing those sleep darts again also. Doomfist is always going to try to go after you due to your low mobility, so it's really good to keep that sleep dart. So if he doesn't kill you with his ult, you can just put him night-night. Alright, at this point, just let them kill you. Reset, team. Just a lost team fight. Nothing you could do there. Overall, your team is winning, and overall, not a bad performance so far. Really, like I said, the biggest complaint I can have, which it seems like you were aware of based on your comments, is sleep dart timing and sleep dart accuracy. Timing as in don't just throw it out willy-nilly, and accuracy, I don't think you're necessarily too bad with the sleep dart. It's more of a just realize you have more time than you. Okay, that one actually looked like it should have landed a little low. Sometimes it happens. Overwatch is a weird game. All right, huge res actually by your Mercy. I thought she died, but apparently not. Your team's kind of getting rolled a couple fights in a row now. We'll see if they can take the lead on you. Well, only 10 seconds remaining. You only have to win one more team fight, and it looks like they have quite a little ways to go. Just take some time, regroup. You have plenty of time to win one team fight. It looks like you have Nano. I would more than likely... Oh, rushing it again. It's a little easier to hit your sleep dart from slightly further range than that as well. I like the touch here. I would have antied the Doomfist just so this Dura can't heal him. Land your sleep dart. Land your sleep dart. Alright, huge sleep dart. Good sleep dart. Easy cleanup. That sleep dart won the game. Looks like they're more faded in, but it didn't count as a touch. It was a quicker one than last time, but hey, not available Scar. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. There's one thing that I want to come back to real quick before we call it done. That is not quite part. Deep dart you had tried to hit. I think it was somewhere here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, this is the fight you won with her. Alright, yeah. So these like this. Sleep dart is a projectile. There's some travel time to it. It's generally not advised to try to hit a sleep dart from that far. There's some randomization to it that can get out of the way. Granted, you have it back before your next engagement with anyone, but try to hold that for when you're getting dove by this Doomfist. He was on you several times where you could have put him to sleep and he would have been easy cleanup for your team. Your Bastion can pop turret and just mow him down. All in all though, like I said, pretty solid game. I can't complain about it. You played better than a lot of Silver 5 Anas. Honestly, I don't think I've seen a Silver Ana keep pretty consistent damage, heals, and you hit some huge anti-nades that match. I'll give you that. Your grenades were great. You just have to work on controlling it a little.